located precisely in the car with the great G-forces. The steering wheel is removable to help get in and out easily, and has some fascinating switches and levers. The left-hand lever here operates the clutch. To disengage it, Jack pulls his left-hand fingers towards him, and at the start of the race he simply lets go, engaging drive. He then changes up and down the gearbox using this right-hand lever. He pushes it away from him to change up through the 6-speed gearbox, and then to change down, pulls the lever towards him. On the front of the steering wheel we have a number of buttons. D is for recording data. The N there is for operating neutral when the driver's changed down to first gear. If the throttle should jam, he pushes the cut button there, and then to speak to his pit crew on the radio, he pushes the R radio button. Now then, looking at the dashboard itself, there's a very sparse amount of information. First of all, he has a display which can be selected to operate a number of parameters, such as water temperature, oil temperature, but Jacques actually will race with this switch in the lap time mode. He will be looking at his lap time, and indeed a breakdown of his lap time around the lap virtually all the time. The left-hand green number there indicates the gear that he's in. Because he hasn't got a gear lever which will show him the position, he has to look, if he needs to, which is probably rare, at the display, the digital display, to tell him what gear he's in. In terms of switches, the ignition switch is here. You turn it down to position 1 to turn the ignition on. Position 2 operates the fuel pumps as well, and that's how the engine will run throughout the Grand Prix. And then on the left of that is the transmission isolate switch. When it's up in the ISO position, that means he can't engage the drive, and so he has to push it to run before he leaves the pits. And then lower down we have various other sundry switches that are not too important, and on the left-hand side the light button. We're not going to need that here today, I'm quite sure. And this bronze knob operates the brake balance control. He can vary how much braking is done by the front wheels or the back wheels. Down in the depths of the cockpit there, he has his pedals. No clutch here, of course. It's operated by the steering wheel lever, so the left-hand pedal operates the brakes, and he uses his left foot on that. The right-hand pedal is for the throttle. Safety is all important, of course, with these cars, and safety is helped by a number of things. The immense strength, of course, of the cockpit, these wide seat belts that are pinned absolutely tight by the mechanics before the driver gets in or before the driver leaves the pit. There's the lap strap here, the shoulder straps, and the crutch straps. And then he has a lot of cushioning for his head. The helmet now, of course, is restrained on the side by these cushioned side impact structures, and also with the absorbent foam behind his head. And then should there be a rollover incident with the car, the driver's head must be below a line from this little hump here up to the top of the roll bar to make sure that his head is clear of anything on the ground. And